You are not too sensitive. Let's talk while I do my hair.
Come on, baby, get up. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, get up. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, get up.
For the longest time in my life, I feel like throughout my life, I've always heard like, you are so sensitive, you are too sensitive. I can't like play around with you, or I can't tell a joke, you feel offended, like you're so sensitive. To the point where like even sometimes people be like, oh, don't say this around Chi, like she's too sensitive, or don't say that like she's, and I feel like something that I learned from therapy and I'm still learning is I am not too sensitive. There's nothing wrong with being in tune with your emotions. And I feel like most of the time when people are like, you're so sensitive, that's because your emotions make them uncomfortable, or the fact that you are very in tune with your emotions makes them uncomfortable. And that's because like we are conditioned to believe that our emotions are bad. And like even the ones like especially sadness and anger. But like I'm learning that like our emotions are not bad. It's really what we do with them. Like if you're angry, that's completely fine. Like you're human, you have emotions. You're supposed to be angry. But if you go and someone, or push someone, it's really about what you do. It's not your emotions that are bad. And I learned that like emotions, especially like crying, so like sadness, makes a lot of people uncomfortable, especially when they cannot understand that them crying is normal. So they would project that and be like, you're so sensitive, why are you crying? Like, oh, you're crying again, like you're so sensitive. But it's not being sensitive, it's really just being in tune with your emotions. Like something that is very common is like sometimes even like during childhood when like we are in trouble, or our parents just finished like spanking us, not like in that sense, but like for education, when they finished like spanking us and we cry, and they're like, if you cry more, like it'll be worse for you, or if you cry more, I'm just gonna hit you more. And if you think about it, that's because, or oh my gosh, yes, some parents will say, this hurts me more than it hurts you. And like they're not lying. Like it really obviously, like a parent doesn't really want to spank a child, but like sometimes they're displacing their frustration, or like yes, of course, like as a child you messed up and they want to discipline you, they want to show you that like what you do is wrong, what you did is not right. Like it's a way of like parenting, which is like reinforcement or punishment. And so obviously if you do something bad, your parents will punish you to diminish that behavior, to decrease that behavior. And so punishment can look differently for everyone. Some people are just like, oh, no TV for a week, while some of us are getting like but I'm just kidding. But yeah, like punishment can look different for everyone, right? But the one I'm talking about, for example, it's like a child gets taken their like phone away, and they're like throwing a tantrum, or like oh, and they're like, oh, stop, or like I was saying earlier, like, oh, this hurts me more than it hurts you. And it's like, it's obviously like it's true, but sometimes when birds like, oh, if you cry it'll be worse and things like that, it's really just because you crying hurts them. And so instead of being like, oh, let them cry, I mean, I just them, so obviously like it hurt, it's a punishment, so they're gonna cry. But sometimes they'll be like, oh, if you cry it's worse. It's like a way of like shutting down your emotions, and that teaches children that their emotions are bad. If you cry, it's bad. Another thing that is very common, which like my therapist gave this example and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is the most relatable thing ever, is at a store, for example, when a child wants ice cream, for example, or a new toy, and the mom is like no, and they start crying, making a scene, and the mom either gets it for them and it ends up buying it, or it's like, oh, shut up, like shh, we're in public, you know. It's they like the parents try to shut down their emotions instead of being like, are you okay, like why are you crying, like why are you acting like this, what's wrong, or you know, letting them cry, because crying is an emotion, you know. They try to shut down the child's emotions either by embarrassment, you know, due to embarrassment because obviously they're in public, or just because they don't want to see the child cry and throw a tantrum. So they're gonna be like, you know what, they either get the toy and like do everything the child wants, which is bad, or they will like punish them in public or be like, oh, da, da, da. All in all, to say that we are conditioned to believe that our emotions are bad. And so when we grow up and you know, we cry, we openly cry, we get angry, we openly talk about our emotions, people will assume, oh my gosh, or say, you're so sensitive. But it's like, you're not too sensitive. You're just, you know, being yourself. You're reacting, you know, you're either crying or, oh, like you're watching a movie, something sad happened, and it's like, can I be sad? I mean, this is sad, so I'm gonna cry. How am I too sensitive? Like, it's an emotion, you know? Another thing very common is like in a group of friends, you know, when they made a joke that like wasn't okay with you, and then you react, you get angry or you cry, or like, I don't appreciate you talking to me that way, or I don't appreciate you doing that, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, you're so sensitive, like we can't even like joke with you anymore, like you're so sensitive, like no one can throw a joke. And it's like, that's really just them trying to excuse their behavior. Like, you're not too sensitive because you didn't like that joke, you know that, right? You are not too sensitive because you talked to them and said, I don't like this, or you got angry or sad. Like, your feelings are valid, always valid. Okay, hands on the knees on Angelina Jolie. This is a serious video. I'm not even supposed to act like this. Something that like I learned and like I feel like it really changed everything for me after my therapist told me was really just like, your feelings are always valid. Like, don't ever feel like your feelings are not valid, you know? Because your feelings are valid. And like, sometimes a lot of people try to make us feel like we are a certain type of way for having a reaction. We are too sensitive for crying, or especially for men. Oh my god, I cannot stress that enough. You are not weak for showing emotions. You are not weak for crying after a breakup. You are not weak for you are not weak. You're human. You are not weak, okay? It doesn't make you less of a man if you cry, if you show your emotions, if you show love for your girlfriend, for your wife. Oh, he's such a simp. For loving his wife? It's really weird, like, what society makes us believe often. Like, it's like, who makes these things up? Like, why am I weak for crying during the movie? Like, why? Stop spreading misinformation, please. Another thing that I want to talk about is, we often think that people have power over us if we react to them hurting us, for example. Something that is very common is sometimes when girls are, for example, going through a breakup, it's very often when like people try to like make them feel better and like give them advice, and they will say, don't cry, like he doesn't deserve your tears, or like, don't cry for him, you're a queen, why are you letting a man make you cry? And it's like, because I'm human and I have emotions, like and it's a breakup, and I was, you know, in love with this person. And it's something that I used to say. I'm not trying to be like, oh no, like this is something that I used to say. We always think that people have power over us because we react to what they do to us. Like, oh, like, don't show that you're sad. Like, they don't deserve your tears. And I'm like, what do you mean they don't deserve my tears? My tears are not theirs. They're mine. And it's a reaction. Our emotions don't make us weak. We're human. And we are supposed to cry. We are supposed to, you know, feel angry. Even something that, like, a lot of people think it's bad, or things like jealousy, for example, or maybe envy could be a better word. Like, oh, like my sister got a car, and it's like, I'm jealous. If I go and slash my sister's tires because I'm jealous of her car, then obviously I don't think that's good. But if I'm like, oh my gosh, she got a new car, I'm so jealous, and then I work harder to get my car as well, then, you know, I'm already tired, chat. I'm already tired. As friends, let's just put it out there and like help our friends that are going through breakups and other things like that, instead of like teaching them or telling them to suppress their feelings and emotions. Why don't we try and tell them, cry? It's okay to cry. You're going through something. Cry. Let it out. It's okay. Allow yourself to feel. Oh my gosh. Something that like my therapist told me and it literally changed my life is allow yourself to feel. And I literally promise that like we will heal. If you allow yourself to feel, you will heal. Most of the time, the reason why we're like, it's been like years and I can't get over this, why? It's like, because you've been suppressing it. Your friends told you that like if you cry, you're giving that man power. You know, you've been suppressing that feeling, so how do you expect yourself to heal? Let's just change that and let's give our friends advice. Let's tell them to cry. Okay, if you're going through something, cry. Instead of don't cry, it's okay. Well, it is okay, but they should cry because it's an emotion and because it's good. You know, it's good. They will heal. It's a part of life and it doesn't make them weak. You are not too sensitive. You are not too sensitive. You're human, you're a woman, or you're a man. And if something hurts, you will cry, and that's okay. You will get over it, you know, and you'll get stronger. Showing emotion, crying, it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of growth, you know. You recognize something hurts, and you're ready to move on. You will cry, and then the next day, maybe you will cry more or less, but you'll be okay, you know. Like, it's our part as well to kind of break that pattern or break that thing that we learned from childhood of like, oh, like crying is bad, or like showing our emotions is bad. And like as friends, we can also help our friends out and like give them the advice to cry instead of
he doesn't deserve your tears.
She'd be like, no, cry. It's okay. You're going through that. That person did this to you. It hurts. You know, cry. Crying does not mean you're weak and they won. You know, a lot of people think that it's about winning or losing, and it's like, no. Okay, please, you're human. You feel like crying. If you cry, that doesn't mean they won and they have power over you. That just means you're human and you're in tune with your emotions. So you are not too sensitive. Be yourself. Cry, and you'll be okay.
A few moments later.
This is the final result. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And let me know if you want me to talk about a specific topic in the comments. And thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you want me to show the products I used in a separate video. Bye!
Come on, baby.